afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Education Platform. Now, before we begin with the lessons I have for you today, I'm going to be reading you a verse which is taken from Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 12 to 14. And it states that, "If you do these things, then those who are not believers will respect the way you live, and you will not have to depend on others for what you need. The Lord's coming. Brothers and sisters, we want you to know about those who have died. We don't want you to be sad like other people, those who have no hope. We believe that Jesus died, but we also believe that he rose again. So we believe that God will raise to life through Jesus. Any who have died, and bring them together with when he comes." The word of the Lord. Next verse is taken from Titus. But we don't have much time for today. So we're going to be moving on with the first verse of the day, which is about black holes. Black holes. Yet black holes are interdimensional region in which it has a strong gravitational force which pulls everything towards. Once inside, it will vanish permanently. Black holes are formed when a star explodes. So it's very important to be very cautious of when that event happens. In order for you to be aware. Now our next lesson is about the types of minerals. The types of minerals are listed. Minerals are classified by their chemical properties with the anion or negatively charged ion as the main basis for classification. The types of minerals are phosphates, halides, carbonates, oxides, quartz, silicates, sulfites, calcite, copper, and pyrite, and so on and so forth, and sulfates, chlorine, galena, halite, iodine, magnesium, and potassium. But potass for short. The first we're going to talk about is phosphates. Phosphate minerals have a tetrahedral phosphate unit, also known as PO44-3, combined with various anions and cations. In some cases, also arsenic. Halides. This class consists of minerals with halogen elements such as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. As a major anion, notable members include halite. Next is carbonates. A carbonate is a salt of carbonic acid, also known as the symbol, which is called, as also with the chemical bonding. It's H2CO3, characterized by the presence of the carbonate ion, a polyaromatic ion with the formula of CO2-3. But the word carbonate may also refer to as carbonate ester, an organic compound containing the carbonate group O equals C-O-2. Next is oxides. Oxides are characterized by the combination of oxygen with one or more metals. This class is significant for its role in metal ores. Next is quartz. Quartz is one of the most common minerals in the Earth's crust. It's made from silicon dioxide, also known as SiO2, otherwise known as silica. Varieties of quartz are: quartz is used in glass, ceramics, electronics, and jewelry. It is found in the USA, Brazil, Russia, and Madagascar. Next is silicates. The most extensive mineral class, silicates, comprises minerals containing silicon, oxygen, often with additional elements. They form the core. Silicate minerals are one of the largest groups and the most abundant minerals on Earth. These minerals make up over 90% of the Earth's crust. Next is sulfites. Sulfite is an inorganic anion of sulfur with the chemical formula of S2, or a compound containing one or more S2 ions. Solutions of sulfite salts are corrosive. Sulfite also refers to large families of inorganic and organic compounds. For example, lead sulfide and dimethyl sulfide. The sulfide minerals are chemical compounds, one or more metals or centimetals, with a calogen and pygnotogen of which sulfur is most common. Next is calcite. Calcite is made of calcium carbonate, also known as CaCO3. It's made from calcium, and it also is made from the element of carbon of oxygen too. It's generally white to clear. Calcite is easily scratched with a knife due to the presence of carbonates. Calcite is used in construction materials such as agriculture, cement, and the optical industry. It can be found in Iceland, Belgium, Mexico, and the USA. Next is copper. Copper is very well known. It's a chemical element, and it has a symbol of Cu in the periodic table, and the atomic number is 29. It is a soft, malleable, and ductile metal with very high thermal and electrical conductivity. A freshly exposed surface of pure copper has a pinkish orange color. Malachite is a copper carbonate with a chemical formula of Cu2OH Cu3CO3. It is a vibrant green color, often banded with light and dark greens. Next is pyrite. Pyrite, the mineral pyrite or iron pyrite, also known as fool's gold, is an iron sulfide with a chemical formula of Fes2. Pyrite is the most abundant sulfide mineral. Pyrite's medical lusters and pale brass yellow hue give it a superficial resemblance to gold. Hence, the well-known nickname is fool's gold. Okay, our next lesson we're going to be talking about is the digestive system. Everybody knows about the digestive system, so this is going to be a review. The digestive system are the organs that take in food and liquids and break them down into substances that the body cannot use for energy, growth, and tissue repair. It also removes the waste from the products out of your body. The parts that make up the body are the parts that make up the digestive system are the stomach, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine, the anus, the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. They do the job to make sure that the food you eat is consumed and very well and digested very well in order for it to give you energy within your whole body. Our next lesson is about perfect past, present, and future tense. What we know is that perfect past tense are the types of words that describe what happened in the past. Perfect present tense are the types of words that describe what is happening at this or that very moment. And perfect future tense are the types of words that are used to give a description of what might happen in the future. For examples of perfect past tense, they are headed to the beach, but instead went to the Brew Cafe. Another example, she lived in a hut outside the woods. And that's a perfect past tense. Now, I'm going to be doing an on shape of the spacer plate by dimensioning the sides and dimensioning the whole configuration. Now, to create this spacer plate, click on Sketch and then select the front plane. Next, I edit out the lines. Now I click on Dimension and then determine the amount in inches that I want it to be. For this one, I choose 500 inches. Next, I will zoom out in order for me to complete the sketch. I add the next lines that are going on both sides, and then I do the same by dimensioning them. For the amount, I choose 150 inches. as what is shown in the diagram. Then I do the same for the right hand side. But before I go there, I'm going to be adding the next line to the left hand side. And then I determine the dimension of how long I want it to be. For this line, I choose the dimension. I'm going to be choosing the dimensioning. For the amount of inches, I choose 125 inches. Now I do the same for the right hand side. Now I determine the dimensions, and doing the same for the right hand side. 150 inches for the bottom, and 125 for the top. Now next, I have to take a look at the diagram. Now I'm going to create the center point circle. That is going to be where the hole is going to be. For the hole, you could do it in two ways. You can extrude it, or you could use the hole option. Now I'm going to be adding the center point circle. Just need to determine the center point. Now that I have created the center point circle, now I'm going to dimension it. I'm going to be putting it as 200 inches. Now I dimension the circles on each side, and I choose it to be 75 inches. Now I do the same for the other side, by making it the same dimension as the other. Then I extrude, and then I choose the amount in depth. Now, as you can see, I choose it to be 106 inches, and that And that is how you design the spacer plate. Now, our last lesson for today is about comets. Comets. What are comets? Comets are asteroids that warm and begins to release gases when passing close to the sun, a process called outgassing. The comet's components are: a comet is made up of four visible parts, such as the nucleus, the coma, the ion tail, and the dust tail, which is also a review of what I've taught to you a month ago. Every comet has a nucleus, a stable porous central mass of ice, gas, and dust that is often between 1 and 10 kilometers and 0 to 6 miles in size. The ice is made up of varying amounts of water, carbon dioxide, ammonia, and methane. The dust contains hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, silicon, and some metals. And just for the information for what you need to know, methane gas can be very explosive. So it would make sense why the comet would contain that kind of element. Now, before I go, I like to give you some information that will help you to make sure that you stay connected to Education Platform. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and click that notification bell to be notified about future live streams and future events happening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on Facebook. You can get to our Facebook page by putting in the username at Education Platform FB. For Instagram, you can scan the QR code to find our profile and make sure to follow us on Instagram. For WhatsApp, you can text or call us at WhatsApp at 407-906-2318. On Twitter, you can tweet us at EP Information. And if you want to join our online class, take a screenshot of the link or put in the class code, which is shown. For Microsoft Teams, you can chat or video call us on Microsoft Teams by screenshotting the link and joining us there. Always have God on your side. With Him, anything can become possible. As long as you have faith in Him, it is possible for you to get all the help that you can get. As it says in Matthew, in the book of Matthew, if you ask, you will be received. Thank you and have a wonderful day.